Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Comic Book Cover, episode 50.
Starring
Aaron.
Aaron and Rob and
Fanboy Russ.
Fanboy Russ.
Guest starring Fanboy Russ. And we got an exciting week of comics coming up.
We do. There's been lots of interesting news. Rebirth has really helped comic sales and Civil War II. Like the best direct sales we've had in a very, very long time.
Yeah,
is due to Rebirth and Civil War II.
Yeah, but DC
DC is
on
top
most
of
the pie.
Yeah, so I just like to point that out. How happy I am that DC
And
is
doing
finally on
it
top of it.
without 40 different covers like Marvel would do.
Yeah, I mean we get two.
But they
of
do
these.
have a lot of covers.
And it makes it difficult to choose which comic you're going to get when you're looking at them.
The difficulty for me, because like I go by League of Comic Geeks, like what I'm getting that day, and they always show like the regular cover, and I just pick the cover I want, and I have to go in there and like search for it and stuff like that. I hate that, but
And Kenneth Rocafort did a great cover for Superman this last week.
yeah, it was damn good. I stuck with the Gleason one because I have all the regular
Yeah, there's one I
Gleasons.
kind of wish I'd gotten the Gleason
But I'm
with the
not-
Eradicator in the front.
The issue 4 with the Eradicator screaming, like, see, that's the one I didn't like.
I like that one. That was a great story. This last issue was really interesting. Really enjoyed that. Batman, I Am Gotham too.
One thing, not DC or Marvel related, but we've been excitedly talking about is Black Monday Murders.
Black Monday Murders and Killer Be Killed. Those are two of the best comic
Kill
books
Be
out.
Killed is really good.
Yeah, I haven't read Kill or Be Killed. I'm gonna read that later this afternoon, but
You know you'll like it. It's Sean Phillips and Ed
and then-
Brubaker.
yeah,
It's kind of a
anything Ed
no-brainer.
Brubaker does, like, I'm almost done with the Fade Out. Like that was amazing. I'm surprised he's not a film writer.
He's actually a producer on an HBO show.
Really.
I was reading in the back of Kill or Be Killed that slowed him down a little bit on the Fade Out, I think.
I don't know, but like he is fantastic. I mean, the Kill or Be Killed is Jonathan Hickman and Tom Coker and
Hickman is one of those guys I just recently got into, but like Secret Wars, when I was reading that, I was just sold. Because it was so good. In comparison to the Omen, like the Omen's just a joke.
The Black Monday Murders, though. I guarantee you'll like that book. Like, I mean, I think Aaron would back me up on that. Like, it is.
If you're an avid comic reader and you read comics just because you like good storytelling, you're going to love this book.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Marvel guy or a DC guy, you're probably going to have like you're going to have some preconceived notions going in. You may not like it as much, but if you're a reader just because you like reading comics, you're going to love it.
Yeah. It's like very reminiscent of From Hell, Alan Moore's From Hell, but it's not. Same, you know, it just has that style. It's very style-wise. It's like a David Fincher film, like Seven or Fight Club. It's just, oh my god.
Comic-wise, it's got a lot of that
without
Brubaker
actually saying
Phillips
Illuminati.
kind of thing too.
Yeah. And, you know, and it
That's
has
why it's like interesting that Kill or Be Killed and Black Monday Murders come out so close together. Like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I really get into reading. And I always back DC just because somebody needs to, because it's so cool to be a Marvel guy.
Right.
And I love Marvel, but somebody's got to have to wave the DC flag.
Jesse's not here today, so we don't have anybody to back up.
Overpump the Marvel thing.
Overpump the Marvel thing.
He'll be
Speaking of
back.
Marvel, first on our list is DC Comics.
That's right.
Action Comics number 962 with the variant cover is going to be a Gary Frank cover.
I know which cover I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean, we've been getting, Rockefort's been doing Superman, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so.
And which, I'm a big Rocafort fan, and most of them I don't think were up to par. Except for this very last one.
I was in the middle of reading 961 last night, so I'm not on the up and up, but Path to Doom Part 6 and the epic, this is the conclusion. I don't know, it's really cool. But the mystery of Black Zero deepens just as the Man of Steel makes a fateful decision that may stop Doomsday, but also risk the lives of those he loves most. I I'm sure it'd be pretty good.
This is a classic Superman conundrum.
Batgirl, well, yeah, he fights the impossible.
He does.
And his, Batman says as much, I think, in one of the Justice League issues, Justice League issue 2. He's like, well, we need, like, he's going on about how, like, this isn't his friend, but we need Superman because we need something that's impossible done. Superman does the impossible. Another good book, Batgirl. I liked it.
It was really good.
The artwork was fantastic.
Raphael Albuquerque.
Beyond Burnside Part 2, Batgirl is off to Singapore following the mysterious advice of the ancient superhero known as Fruit Bat. And I thought Fruit Bat was cool. Did you read it?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it totally has that. When I read that issue, it was so like reading Grant Morrison's Batman.
Right. I mean, the whole idea of like the old lady in the wheelchair and then gets up and starts like kicking butt like everywhere.
Very much like a kung fu thing too.
Yeah. Batgirl right now is a solid.
Are you reading any of these, fanboy?
I just read because my girlfriend is getting the Birds of Prey, so I just read the one shot and I thought it was really good. I just picked it's number 1 up, so.
My only negative on it's like the character drawings, like the depiction.
Yeah.
I'm not too big on
Right.
that.
Blue Beetle Rebirth #1's coming out.
I'm excited about
I
that
do.
because
You got-
Ted Kord's going to be
That's
back.
what I was going to say. Ted's back.
He's been dead since that Countdown to Infinite Crisis issue, and he's come back in like different universe versions. But I've missed Ted Kord, and I think it's cool that we're going to keep Jaime because I like the whole suit thing that they did with Jaime. But Ted is the classic Blue Beetle to me.
Right.
Especially when you put Ted with Booster Gold.
Yeah.
That's just great stuff right
classic.
there.
Yeah,
Blue and Gold.
I
man.
remember like just reading like some banter between them and Infinite Crisis. And, like it's so good. But it's Jamie Reyes is the Blue Beetle. Must find his way home again, but when he reaches his town, he's shocked to find it abandoned and in the hands of the government officials, who are very interested in the Blue Beetle and the scarab that gives him his power. How can Jamie find his family and uncover the secrets behind the town's seizure and why Kord Industries is helping keeping the world from learning the truth? So, I'm a little up in the air about whether I want to get Blue Beetle or not, just because it's a money thing. I can't get everything. But I guess I should give every issue one.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and give every Rebirth, even Red Hood and the Outlaws.
All right.
What?
A
Wait a minute.
taste.
Are you feeling okay?
No, I'm not.
No,
But I've actually been getting this like, I can't believe you wouldn't read that. It's Scott LaBelle. It is toilet paper, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
The artwork is fantastic in the book. Clean Room #11. Haven't heard of it.
That's a Gail Simone book.
Deathstroke #1. You said Deathstroke. The Rebirth.
I loved it, man.
Awesome.
It was
Really
really
good.
good, and I've read that this storyline is going to be like their revamping of Judas Contract, or I guess a way to keep that in the New 52 universe, which I love. That's like probably the best Teen Titans story in my opinion. It's where Jericho really got introduced, and Jericho had a cool power where he could just put himself in somebody else's body.
Detective Comics 939. Rise of the Batman Part 6. This is, speaking of the Court of Owls, we have the full scope of the colony plans and their mysterious leader have all been revealed. So what's it going to take to stop them? Believe us, you are not prepared for that last scene. I really enjoy how the Batman titles are like all starting to come together now. Like Batman, not so much though, but Detective Comics, Nightwing. What's the other one? Where are they going to be running this monsters?
Detective, Nightwing, and Batman.
Yeah.
I'll say at first I was like, because I went into it thinking I was going to get a Batman book, and it's more of a team book.
Yeah.
But having read the Detective Comics run, in the Batman Reborn, when Batwoman was the star of Detective Comics, and it's Greg Rucka and J.H. Williams, and they first told that Batwoman story, that was great stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this kind of feels like we're picking up off of what Greg Rucka did.
I feel the same way. But anyway, everything's starting to come together in the Bat Gotham world. Honestly, like the more I read Nightwing, not just the Rebirth, but like Nightwing, I haven't read any of Grayson. But I feel like that's another thing that's carried over still.
It was really good
from a New 50. From
Batman and
52.
Robin Eternal, Robin Wars. There was a lot of good Robin stories. While Batman to me kind of went down with Bloom. Bloom was a cool villain, But like you said before, it stretched out too long.
Yeah, oh my
It's
gosh.
like Truth too. Truth was really good,
Yeah.
but it stretched out too long.
Way too long. Bloom, like, what, that was a whole year.
He has a whole year for both of those
Uh,
stories.
Yeah, and then
That's why they're not making it on my list.
The whole Batman New 52 run, Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder, I think, only did like 4 storylines.
Mhm.
The Court of Owls, the
Death of the Family.
Death of the Family,
Endgame and Zero Year.
in 0 Year, yeah, and then Flips with 5.
Yeah,
They did
good,
5,
close enough.
but that's like within 52
But,
issues.
good example. All right,
Still, I think that was the best New 52 like book. Period.
What,
I mean,
Batman?
yeah, Batman.
I think Wonder Woman was.
Wonder Woman.
I have to agree with Wonder Woman.
Flash number 5, Lightning Strikes Twice, Part 5, with Central City now protected by dozens of freshly trained Flashes. And this is what I was just talking about. Like, I was kind of like, with thought, like, everybody getting the Speed Force. But they raised some really good questions about, like, or there's that one girl who can't control the Speed Force.
That was a great part to that story.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Yep.
Joshua Williams is killing it. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
because you
just-
know you got to have stuff that makes it exciting. You got to have things that people don't expect. You got to have things that really make people question whether it's going to be good or not, even.
Yeah,
But you got to have heart, and that particular scene is what showed this Flash story has heart.
yeah, exactly. And now this whole time, there's also a serial killer targeting citizen speedsters as Wally West takes his first step towards becoming the new Kid Flash, which will eventually end up in the Teen Titans.
Yes.
Kind of excited about that. A book that I own but I haven't read any yet is Hal Jordan and Green Lantern Corps #3 that's coming out.
I love it.
Yeah.
And that's with Robert Vendetti's name attached. It's kind of why I'm going to go ahead and read Red Hood and the Outlaws, because I've not slammed Vendetti as much as LaBelle, but it's like LaBelle's here and Vendetti's here.
Right.
So,
I know.
But I mean, I have to say this is really good because he's kind of like before he just decided I'm going to take Green Lantern off onto the side and do all these new interesting things, which I get, but it just sucked.
Right.
There's just no other way around it. It sucked. The only good thing he did was the New God story. I forgot the name of it. Godhead. That's the
You
name.
like that?
That was really good, but he had other writers in on that too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think that was all.
Yeah, it wasn't all him. So I mean, he's kind of going with the same feel that Jeff Johns had. And it's like, look, Jeff Johns laid out the groundwork. You don't really have to do much more.
Right.
Just keep with that and tell a cool story, and that's all you have to do to make a good Green Lantern book.
See, yeah, I don't know much about Green Lantern. The only Green Lantern I've ever really consistently read was Green Arrow, Green Lantern. And in the Rebirth, they're kind of retelling everything. So I guess that's why I found it interesting.
This book's good because you got Hal Jordan, you got John Stewart, you got Guy Gardner,
Yeah, you got 'em all,
Kilowog.
yeah.
All the cool lanterns are in this book.
Natural Law Part 3, pushed to his limits, Hal Jordan must fight his way through a squad of Sinestro Corps members, but he risks losing himself to the power he now wields as his battle with Sinestro nears. So, did I get this right? Like, where Oa used to be is now Warworld or whatever, Sinestro?
Well, I was blown up a few times.
Yeah.
The last I read, Mogo was filling in as Oa, which Mogo was dead for a little while too.
Right.
It's John Stewart.
But whatever.
Well, read War of the Green Lanterns, you'll know what happened to Mogo.
Yeah.
Right. But Sinestro's world is where Oa was,
Yes.
right? Okay, yeah.
Because he can move his planet too. I forgot
Yeah.
how, but
I don't
people
know.
can move planets. If you got a ring, you can do about anything.
Well, if it, ring and will.
Yeah.
I mean, that, I don't know if I were writing. Green Lantern, because the will is a very important thing, I would probably take it in a very nihilistic Friedrich Nietzsche direction, because the will is so important to his philosophy. I mean, I think there's a good. I have a few good Green Lantern stories in me. Hopefully at that con there will be in Cincinnati there will be a DC booth, because I have an excellent Aquaman. I'm plugging myself. All right.
I've got an
The
excellent
other thing about
Captain
the Hal Jordan went into, is they've made Sinestro older.
Yeah, I know. I noticed he was.
And
He was gonna die, and he talked to his daughter, who hated him and was a Green Lantern, into leading the Sinestro Corps, which I missed all that. But Rebirth issue was enough to kind of help you put it all together.
yeah.
But now he's getting his youth back and his vigor, so he's going to take back over. But he was basically using her because she was a doctor with the Green Lantern Corps, so it kind of helped gain favor with the universe to let the Sinestro Corps be the new police.
Yeah, it's better than Lanterns.
And Lanterns,
I
I think, has a better writer. I think Sam Humphries is a really good writer.
Sam Humphries is a good writer.
The only
but,
flaw
like,
here is
I'm just
those
not
two characters are
interested in it.
interesting, but nowhere. I mean, you've got all the good Lanterns over here. Why would I read this book when this book has all the good
Right.
Lanterns?
Right. The only thing enjoyable to me with the Green Lanterns is what they're doing in Justice League. That's
Yeah.
about it. Harley's Little Black Book #4 is coming out. I have issues 1 through 3. I haven't been reading it though because I'm one of those weirdos that just finds Harley like strangely attractive, especially the way Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti.
It's like real life. The crazy girls.
Yep, I know. My mom says I wait outside the nut house for girls. And my sister waits outside of prison for her boyfriends. Hellblazer #1, The Poison Truth Part 1. Man,
I hope
did
this is
not,
gonna be good, but
yeah.
like
Don't
there's
have
two
high hopes
flaws with
for
the
it.
Rebirth one shot, which I'm not gonna hold it against the book because all the one shots have had a little bit of thing here and there. I'm with you on the breaking the fourth wall thing.
Oh my God.
I don't want to see this happen again. He's not Deadpool.
Yeah.
Two, the Swamp Thing Wonder Woman scene seemed shoehorned, but I will give it
It's
this.
so out of place.
It's a one shot.
on the top of a building, like in the.
Well, that part of it, that could have didn't bother me as much as just I didn't need it. But I'm thinking of somebody I've been reading Hellblazer for a while. To someone just jumping in, you might need to establish that the rest of the universe is like, don't trust that guy. He's no.
Right.
So maybe
I guess, and I don't know. It was.
we'll see
was
how it
not
goes.
good.
I'm giving it, starting with this. It's got 3 issues to do its deal, and I'm gonna hold on for the 3 just because I want it to. Be
I
good.
want it to be good too. Yes, I mean, Hellblazer has been my favorite comic since I was a little kid. Have an amazing Hellblazer run. Jamie Delano, Garth Ennis, Warren Ellis, pretty much all the Irish and British writers.
Neil Gaiman, Grant Morrison, everybody's done it.
Everybody.
Andy Diggle did a good run of that.
And they all did a fantastic job.
Brian Azzarello.
Brian Azzarello, that's right. He did one, a Cleveland man.
Have you read any of this Hellblazer?
No.
Are you a Constantine fan at all?
I watched the TV show when they had the TV show,
Love the
but
show.
but hearing y'all talk about it, I might have to pick it up and I'll go on to
The show-
chronology and check it out.
The show was modeled after Jamie Delano's
I
first
would-
volume.
I would highly recommend getting.
We don't- do we have any?
Do we have? Let's see.
We did.
We did have some.
They must have sold. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. We did have some.
Order the first volume. It's really worth the read.
Okay.
Yeah, the Jamie Delano one. He does it all the way up to volume 5, and then Garth Ennis takes over at 5, and Garth Ennis.
Well, he does
has
it up
like
to 4 because 4 has a different guest writers. You have Neil Gaiman and Grant Morrison in 4.
Yeah, they're in 4, but
So is Delano though.
but Delano doesn't officially lead the book until
Volume 5.
volume 5, and it's just a fantastic, great art. I mean, it was very. Maybe I think this is one of the reasons. This is exactly the reason why I poo-poo on Marvel and what they're doing right now. I get it, I understand it, I'm cool with it. I'm just not, gonna get their books because of it. But like, the realism and I like my comics. I like the realism in my comics, but when they turn them into movies, I don't want them to, like the Nolan's Batman.
Too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
What
What kills me, I just gotta say it. So many of these people are griping about the DC movies, about them not being comic book enough. In the same breath, they'll praise the Nolan stuff. It's a crock. You're full of it. And if I have to explain to you why the Martha scene was important and good, then you're not intelligent. I'm sorry. It's the truth. It is a
Amen.
complete lack of intelligence that you have to have that explained to you.
Right.
You're a Marvel boy and you want to be walked through your story.
Yeah.
In 75 years, That has always been the case, that the mothers had the same name and nobody went there. It was genius.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, was it you also that did not? I did not put that together. Like, I've been collecting comics since 1988. Never put together that
They
both
had-
their mothers had the same name.
One person, this is through the, Kevin was telling me, a mutual friend, had said, well, why would he say her name in a dying breath? It's like, because he's dying. Why would he go, save my mom? Then it's like, who's your mom? Let me take these
Notes.
minutes I don't have to explain to you who my, or he could just say, save Martha. Because that's
Yeah.
the whole reason I'm here, is I'm trying to save my mother.
Right, and
If you have to have that explained to you, you're an idiot.
absolutely.
That sounds like a really good Elsewhere story.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck, like, even behind the cow, like, you could just see the emotion in
Yeah, 'cause it's like
in his mouth, just
The whole
like,
point with Batman is
why
his
did you say
parents.
Martha? How did you know?
Yeah.
How did you know about, like, Martha? How did
It's
you know
the
about
thing
my
that
mom?
connects the two characters, because they're so, like, Batman's here, Superman's here, but the thing that connects them is the loss of their parents.
Yeah, their
Yep.
mothers.
Once again, shouldn't have to explain this.
Which, kind of now that I think about it, makes Superman and Batman Mama's voice. Huh?
Yep.
Lucifer number 9's coming out. New Romancer trade paperback. Omega Men, The End Is Here trade papers coming out. Red Thorn number 10. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Number
Book
72.
Robert's looking forward to.
Yeah. Six Pack and Dog Welder Hard Traveling Heroes number 1 of 6.
Written by who?
I don't
Garth Ennis.
Is it? Yep.
Garth
Okay.
Ennis with
Yep,
the Neil
Garth
Adams
Ennis.
variant
The
cover.
Neil
Wow.
Adams, yeah, and you know that which cover I'm getting and which book I'm picking up. I did not know this book was coming out until just recently, because I haven't been reading my
Previews.
previews.
There you go.
Gotta
Always
read your
previews.
previews. Yeah, it's like previews. Sunday, it should be just like church. On Sunday, you need to sit down and read your scripture.
Marvel and the DC.
And then if you feel the need to, you can bring your Bible out too. I don't know. it's a lot like a comic book. Without
I have
the
a comic
pictures.
book version of the Bible.
I have the Robert Crumb edition of the original Hard Traveling Heroes, Green Lantern and Green Arrow, Six Pack and Dog Welder are ready to bring their allegedly socially aware brand of justice to the lands beyond Gotham City. After the events of All-Star Section 8, Six Pack is fighting to keep what's left of his team together. Dog Welder has gone in search of his past, while newlyweds Bueno, Excelente, and Guts are dealing with some fidelity issues.
Mm.
I
Sounds like
have,
a Garth Ennis story.
yeah, I have no idea who any of these
Me
characters.
either.
Not a clue who any of these characters are. It's just going to be good. Sign up for it. Get it. It's only 6 issues. Don't cheat yourself out. This is the first time in years Garth Ennis has done a Marvel or DC book. So,
Yeah, he did Section 8, so, he came back after Convergence. But this is picking up after that, too.
Teen Titans, as we were saying, it's still carrying on from New 52. Number 23 is coming out.
I think 23 is the last
I
issue.
think
It's
so.
the last issue. Titans number 2. Remember the Titans Part 2. I've read Rebirth and the number 1, but I do not remember anything about either one of them.
A lot of this so far is just about Wally trying to find his place and people remembering their pasts. And then we're slowly getting to who caused all this.
So it's kind of
loss
ironic
of
that I don't
heroes.
remember anything.
Yeah. You were hit by the same villain they were.
Wonder Woman number 5. I'm excited about this one. The Lies Part 3. I just love how they're doing, like, one week you get Lies, another week you get Year One, and they're both so good. I can't wait till both of them are over with, so I can like go back and read the
Each-
odd numbers
yeah.
and then the even numbers.
I'm happy to have Greg Rucka back on and
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
I
too.
know it's it is so far, in my opinion, the best of the Rebirth so far.
Yep.
Independent books.
Hand it over. I'll do Independence this time. Or should you do Independence? I'll do
Uh,
Marvel.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
All right. So IDW, before IDW, Boom is putting out Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2016 annual number 1. A lot of people like it. Kyle
I know.
Higgins has been writing the story. I'm just a Voltron guy, but I can't knock. I think it's really cool, and it's gotten people excited about reading comics. So there's nothing bad I will say about the Power Rangers. A long time ago, I would have slammed the crap out of them as being Voltron knockoffs, but Truthfully, Voltron was like 2-3 different cartoons put together anyway.
Yeah, it was a knockoff of a knockoff.
Yeah,
like-
so it's a nostalgia thing. I love Voltron. IDW Publishing, one that Russ has been reading, Action Man #3. Have you been keeping up with it?
I'm behind on Action Man 2. I haven't read it yet. I just picked it up. I've said it before. It's kind of James Bondish, Kevin Bourne-ish. Basically,
Jason Bourne. It's Jason Bourne. It's Jason Bourne.
But
You had your shirt on backwards.
Yeah.
but basically, what has happened is his
Oh,
God, true.
the original Action Man is dead. This is his protege.
Interesting.
And he's being thrown in feet first into what Action Man, the original Action Man, did, and he has no idea what he's doing.
That's a cool way to start the story off.
yeah, it is cool. That sounds pretty good.
Also from IDW, we for all the D&D people, I didn't realize this till I was looking at this, and it's almost over. But Dungeons and Dragons #4 or 5. I remember the cartoon from when I was a kid,
Oh
so
my
that kind of
God.
made me think of that when I saw it.
Do you know who was one of the main head writers on Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
Paul Dini? Yeah.
You'd be surprised what he's
Speaking of
done.
cartoons that Paul Dini wrote, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, number
Yep.
231. The comic, of course, is still written by the same guy who's been writing forever, did all the file cards, Larry Hama.
Yeah, Larry
He's
Hama.
still doing it, and it's still great.
He is the god of the G.I. Joe
He is.
universe, and like literally their god. Because I mean, he's breathed life into like nearly every single character. And
He
I
also-
haven't been reading
He did the
it,
Wonder Woman
but I-
Convergence, and that was really good, too.
really, that was
Yeah, he brought the Red Rain characters in there, the vampire ones, like Vampire. She had to fight Vampire Joker. It was great. Beautiful.
anything with
Beautiful.
Convergence on it. I tend to shy away from.
Actually, there's a
spending
lot
money
of
on.
good stuff in Convergence. It's just, the story itself.
The overall,
flat.
yeah, that was a dark time for DC.
This one's just for Jesse. It kind of sucks that he's not on this video now that I get to this, because this is one of the things I had just for him. Godzilla Rage Across Time #1 and 5.
Yeah.
When #2 comes out, he can talk about it.
Yeah,
He's a big Godzilla guy, so
he loves Godzilla.
He loves Godzilla. I'm trying to get him to watch Gamera.
He's
know
like
what?
not having it. Huh?
Yeah. Judge Dredd #9, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #61. You're reading Turtles, aren't you?
My brother's reading Turtles.
Okay. A lot of
And-
people here.
and he-
Turtles
His
is popular.
brothers are reading Turner.
No, my brother's actually going to all the '80s all the
Right.
'80s TV shows. So when this Revolution comes out, he's going to jump back on G.I. Joe, on Transformers, and he's even wanting to get the He-Man and Thundercats crossover.
That's kind of interesting.
So
That's
If I was to pick up any IDW, I'd really love to get back in G.I. Joe Real American
And I-
Hero.
and I think-
started
I would
on the free
too.
comic book day when they brought it back.
and I think Revolution is going to be that jumping on point.
Hopefully they're using that universe of it too, because they've got two different ones. Because the Real American Hero and More Than Meets the Eye Transformers is the continuation from the Marvel series.
right.
So yeah, Turtles. It's this Chasing Phantoms Part 1. So we're getting a new story. You talked about it a little bit in the last video. There's Street Phantoms trying to take Splinter down. So it's like Splinter's he's got to be like, this is my spot.
Yeah. I've said it before. I'll say
Fight
it
Club
again.
with the Turtles.
Interesting.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by far has like the best covers
Yeah, they're
of
beautiful
anything on this.
covers.
I love looking when I have to work behind the counter and I'm looking over the comics. My eyes almost always go straight
To the Turtles
to
covers.
the turtle covers because they are gorgeous. I almost started buying it for the covers alone, but
Image Comics, Tom. Aloha, YM Dick #505.
yeah,
I just love the title.
I know, right?
Astronauts in Trouble trade paperback Chew #57. It's the last story arc. Answers. Maybe we'll find out why he has this power where he can eat anything and absorb anything about it.
Yeah, that's
It's funny.
weird,
It's
yeah.
a very funny book, especially the killer chicken, the chicken assassin, boyo. Invincible #130. Interesting thing about this book, I just read that Robert Kirkman says that this series is about to come to an end.
Wow.
Really, he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of
Walking
books.
Dead.
If he put out Walking Dead this week, this would be Robert Kirkman week because he's got Outcast and Invincible.
Too. Yep.
We got Island 10, Lake of Fire number 1, Mechanism number 2, and of course Outcast number 20.
And I read 19 last night, and it was so good. They finally like kind of let you know who like I can't remember the old man's name. They say it like a bunch of the book, but he's kind of like the main demon, and you're like, what are they possessed by? Demons? Or are they possessed by like aliens? What is this? Where is it? And he kind of like lets you in on a little bit of what's going on. This is like one of those image books that's just really leaves you on the edge of your seat whenever you. Robert Kirkman is just a fantastic
Three
writer.
Kirkman books came out. I'll get to the last. The last one's the other one. Pretty Deadly Volume 2, trade paperback. Renato Jones, The 1% number 4. She-Wolf number 3. Snot Girl number 2. You were just talking about that.
Yeah, Snot Girl is really good. I read it last night, number 1 last night, and it's got a female. It starts out like kind of like a female version of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and kind of like a Chuck Palahniuk a little bit, but like it's obviously written. Well, I mean that's probably sexist of me to say. I don't care about it. So I say obviously written by a woman, but it kind of like
It's a good thing in this sort of
There's
book.
one thing that I've noticed, like when women write comics and two women are interacting with each other, when one female wants to become friends with another female, they are nervous in the same way that a guy is nervous when he wants to date a girl. Like guys can just kind of like instantly be friends, right? Or if you have like music, comics, whatever in comics, like hey, we got this in common. Let's talk. But like the girl's reaction, and that's kind of like a big thing in issue 1, is that she's nervous that like what will I'm saying these stupid things in my out loud. I should just keep in my head, whatever. And then the ending happens. You're like, WTF? Like it is so.
I'd like to check this one out. I think we should have a copy.
It's definitely worth reading. I think the Snot Girl and Black Monday Murders are 2 books that I think like you'll end up, if you don't get now, you're going to end up paying a lot of money for in the future. Especially Snot Girl, because that has movie written all over
it's
it.
Brian Lee O'Malley, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Moving on to the other Robert Kirkman book, which he's not writing
shoot!
anymore.
I didn't realize that. That's probably why it seems so Scott
Yeah,
Pilgrim.
yeah, that's the artist and writer from Scott Pilgrim.
Toy.
Thief of Thieves number 34, which Robert Kirkman started. Andy Diggle ended up picking up as writer. Wish I'd read more of it. I read like the first 2 volumes. It was really good, but I never got to the Andy Diggle part. Gold Rush Part 3. So there we go. 3 Kirkman books coming out. One of them written by Diggle. And you want to do
Faith
Valiant?
number 1, Faith number 2, Generation Zero number 1, Rye number 16, and the Valiant Universe. The thing about Valiant, like it has the potential, and I can see like why Jeff Lemire is over there. Eventually, this dude's gonna run out of stories, and that's one thing.
He's
gonna
spreading
turn
himself pretty thin right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eventually, he's going to end up like Brian Michael Bendis, that like where he starts out solid for 5 years and then just like overwrites, and then you're out of ideas. But he's like working really hard on bringing like these are really interesting characters.
They are.
The pre-Unity Valiant was very, very, very good.
I like Bloodshot and Ninjak a lot.
I like us the pre-universe. I loved Solar Man, the Atom. I loved Archer and Armstrong. Magnus Robot Fighter was really good.
Those 2 were actually Gold Key things.
Yeah, those are Gold Key.
Solar and Magnus.
Yeah, they were Gold Key, and they belong to somebody else now. Who does the Gold Key books? We were just talking about it.
Not Dynamite. Oh yeah, it is Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Dynamite owns the rights to them now.
I like Dynamite a lot. Amazing Spider-Man or Marvel Comics time. Marvel Comics time. Quit calling me.
Marvel. Can I get some Marvel?
Sorry, Jess, you're not here.
Yeah.
Marvel. Can I get
Amazing
some?
Spider-Man, or Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Grace, trade paperback. Captain America, Steve Rogers, number 2, second printing. Captain America, Steve Rogers, number 4, it's a Civil War II tie-in. This is the book that should be, damn it. This is the book that should be the centerpiece of the Marvel Universe. Captain America, Steve Rogers, #4. Of course, it's Civil War II tie-in. Interested to see where Steve Rogers is going to stand on this.
Me too.
Issue
I'm
4 of
waiting.
Civil War had a cool conversation between Tony and Steve, where Tony was like, you know where we were with this last time, but I think of all people, you'd see my point now.
Captain America is way over here, and Civil War is way over here, and like, just story-wise, like, there's not much going on in Captain America that really has to do with Civil War. So I was very interested in seeing how they were going to tie this in.
Okay, I think I was just saying something about how Steve Rogers, #4, should be the centerpiece of the Marvel Universe.
Oh yeah,
This
and I
being
was
a-
going on about how, like, what's happening in Captain America. Steve Rogers, Captain America, has little, if anything, to do. It's like still carrying off from the standoff storyline. Which
Yeah, which is
personally I
better.
think would make, which is much better. I thought, I still stand by that should have been
Captain
Civil War
Marvel,
II.
#8 is coming out. It's also Civil War II tie-in. No time for second guessing. Captain Marvel is determined to change the future to protect the present. With wins on her side, Carol knows her mission is the right thing to do, but does everyone else? The thing about this is, I can still kind of see where losing Rhodey probably pushed her to this.
Yeah.
Where she's just so caught up in that, like, but she's still playing the role of a villain, just like Tony did in the original Civil War.
I know. She irritates me. She irritates me like a girlfriend irritates you about.
Yeah.
She's like just hanging on to something you did once, you know?
Yeah. Ulysses #1 of 3 is also coming out, which is a Civil War II prequel. How did Ulysses join the Inhumans, and what difficult journey did he have to go through to master his powers? Interesting concept. Definitely won't take that away from it. Deadpool #17.
Oh man, you
Enough
know
said.
what is exciting about Deadpool #17?
I don't know, tell me.
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Deadpool's World's Greatest Hits, Volume 3.
I
Deadpool
just
vs.
beat that
Sabretooth.
horse finally down.
Yeah. Defenders Epic Collection, Volume 6. Tracks #10. Extraordinary X-Men #13, written by Jeff Lemire and drawn by a crappy artist. International Iron Man #6. Tony is reeling from the reveal of who his biological parents are as his past and present collide in ways that will define his character for years to come. For years to come, like, we're not even going to have him as Iron Man.
Yeah.
But will any of this change Tony's tune as he relates to the monumental events of Civil War II? I'm just not happy with this whole Iron Man thing. I'm going to even move on from it because we've spent enough time talking about stuff, and I'll go on and on about this. Marvel Universe Ultimate Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six, #2 of 4. Marvel's Doctor Strange Prelude, #2 of 2. I'm excited about seeing this movie. I think Cumberbatch is going to be an awesome Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it looks good.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #10, New Avengers #15, Nighthawk #4. In other words, Marvel's cheap knockoff Batman #4.
You're right.
Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat #9, Scarlet Volume 2 hardcover, Star Wars #22, a great comic coming out from Marvel Comics.
Right.
Jason can't do no wrong, Aaron, and we're getting. Last issue was another Obi-Wan thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be the start of a new one. The Star Destroyer Harbinger, a massive weapon of Imperial war, also the target of Rebels' new top secret plan. Join Luke, Han, and Leia for the last flight of the Harbinger. So I don't know. I've loved this comic book. It's been
Sounds
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Solid.
Sounds like good stuff, but I don't read it. I don't know why.
This is a shelf dead weight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens adaptation #3 of 6.
That is
It's
not.
just a dead weight.
Yeah, it is.
And actually, I'm waiting for the graphic novel to come out on this because all of my other Star Wars from the movies are graphic novels.
Yeah, and that's
So-
what everybody's doing, but
I don't
it's
know.
just-
the
it's
weekend,
not selling.
I have not sold one copy.
Yeah, it was-
myself. Not sold one copy.
Speaking of things, this is, you want to know the most interesting thing about Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #11?
Nothing.
That's right.
Hey, but you know what? I'll take my Harley Quinn, and Unbeatable Squirrel Girl will be beaten down.
Exactly.
Russ, speaking of Unbeatable Stories, Russ requested.
I did not
he-
request this.
Don't
Y'all
lie.
played a huge joke on me.
No, don't
It's
lie.
actually kind of a mean joke.
Russ insisted that he get this poster.
Toilet
so-
paper.
Yeah,
we,
he ran out of toilet paper.
Yeah,
It's tough working in Kroger.
They cut his hours.
Even
at
though they sell
Kroger.
toilet paper there, it's just not easy to come by. So it's like, I need that Unbeatable Squirrel Girl poster. Uncanny Inhumans Annual #1. This is the comic that I dropped, and I wish I hadn't because I feel like I'm missing out, but I just don't have the money.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I love, is it Soleil or Soul?
Soul.
As much as I love Soul, and I should know his name by now because he likes and retweets my tweets more than
How can you
anybody.
mispronounce the guy's name?
I know, right? He doesn't watch his videos, so he ain't gonna know.
I was just talking about this last thing. The reason Space Knight was added to this is because Marvel lost Rom to IDW and didn't want to lose the Space Knight thing, so they threw it with Venom, which is really pointless and stupid.
Yeah.
Another comic is, you want to know the most interesting thing about?
Nothing.
So there we go. That wraps it all up.
Speaking of ROM, I actually did read ROM #1. There's a guest appearance in there. You want me to spoil it?
Spoil it.
G.I. Joe guest appearance at the very end of ROM.
That's pretty
Ooh.
sweet.
You want to know what's sweet is this week's Vault Comics.
Oh, it is Vault time, isn't it?
Vault time.
We're going to talk about a particular artist on this one.
Yep. He's one of my all-time favorite artists.
Mine too. He's going to be at the
Right
Cincinnati
there.
Comic
He's going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Con.
Wish I
He
would've
is
had Wednesday
doing
Indy.
cover. He is doing cover B of the new Garth Ennis book, and we are talking about none other than Neil Adams. And what we have here,
Some great stuff.
so amazing stuff.
First Two-Face
Face
appearance
in the Silver Age, which makes it the first Harvey Dent as Two-Face.
It is.
We have the second
Oh, wow.
Man Bat, but this cover itself is
The first
Neil
Neil
Adams cover. Anyway, and another
Oh,
like
wow.
this cover is just phenomenal. I mean, you can't. I'm not even gonna make any jokes. Like that is,
One great Superman cover.
yeah. And I didn't realize that Neil Adams drew it.
This is one of his all-time most classic Batman covers. There's like 3. Batman 252 and 244, which was the Ra's one.
Yeah, the Ra's al Ghul
I
one.
forgot the one with 232 or 233 is the first appearance of Ra's. That's another one. This one, the
This
Reaper story.
Yeah.
I love
Probably-
that cover.
It's nice.
This is a $90 book.
I'd love to own that just because
Yeah.
of that cover.
I mean, it is. He just, I don't know.
Maybe we could have like some of the various.
I
Neil
think
Adams
this
covers
is why
flashed up here.
Neil Adams is a good example of why I don't like what they're doing at Marvel, because Neil Adams kind of brought realism to comic books, and kept it there. I mean, his characters didn't have like too many muscles or anything like that.
These comics are all from the 60s and 70s, and this looks much better than anything you're going to see from Power Man or Iron Fist in the current Marvel.
Yeah, it's
Unbeatable
it's just-
Squirrel Girl or any of that kind of stuff. And you
all
know,
that the Extraordinary X-Men, all that cartoony stuff, but you know, in a way, like because of how old we are, those styles are dated. It's Kevin Smith put it best when he said that when the Silver Age came out, everybody from the Golden Age didn't like it. When the Bronze Age came, Silver Age people didn't like it. And then when the Modern Age came, nobody liked
now,
it.
which is now is Copper.
Yeah, and the thing is, we had the longest period of modern age lasted for 25 years. So it was 25 years of uninterrupted
Greatness.
style and theme.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to get used to something, right? So that's like a couple of generations of comic book readers in there. So, but now you have a whole new generation of comic readers. They kind of grew up on like Teen Titans Go, those kind of cartoons.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man, and I mean, it's Disney. That's who they're marketing like to, and so like, more power to them.
David Aja.
I just don't. I
There.
just don't dig that.
Beautiful.
I don't dig that art.
Me
But
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever
I'm just
floats
gonna-
your boat.
I'm gonna stick with the stuff that was good, in my opinion. It's just my opinion.
yeah, I mean,
It's
and
way
I think maybe a lot of our reasons for not liking Marvel or Marvel hating between some of us is because we're old.
Yes.
That's
I'll
I mean,
admit
all
that.
it is. We're just not in touch with what's going on.
I still
And
think I got
Marvel
a
has
good
to
point
be.
with the whole Iron Fist Power Man thing, because they shouldn't be putting
Some
that. But whatever,
characters
it just
shouldn't be
happens.
messed with, I think, but you know,
It is what it is.
we're not in charge.
Nope.
So,
That's exactly true.
but
What
on
can you
that,
say?
no.
We're 2 episodes away now.
Yep.
The
You'll get-
52 episode.
You'll get my 5. You'll get Aaron's 5. You're gonna get Josh's 5.
We'll
guess
tell
you'll get
Jesse to pick 5. If
Jesse's
you can be
5.
here, pick
I'll
5.
try to be here. I'll pick 5. If not, I'll send you my 5 and y'all can use
Yeah,
it
we
on
can
the
always
thing.
film it separately and just edit it in later. Because this episode, I'd say, is probably going to go on a little longer.
I
Might
wish
even
we.
have bloopers
I
reel.
wish we had like a via satellite.
Yeah, something like that.
Russ via satellite.
Sitting at
We'll at
Kroger,
least edit
sitting at
something
Kroger's
in.
on my phone
Yeah.
Yeah.
when my manager walks
Here's
in.
Russ joining us from Kroger's. You know, I'd like to have a blooper reel and stuff too, because this is we've been doing this for a year now. Once we get to the episode 52, because 52 weeks, blah, blah, blah. It's a year of doing this video, and it's come a long way since the first video.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I mean, first off, like if you picked up like from where I started, I think that's a collector's item now.
I'm sure
but
my appearances don't went up.
I have a feeling if we had a bloopers reel, Kevin would have a field day with me. Like, there's that. There's the farting, which was actually the hilarious one.
And there's the beatable
Squirrel
squirrel girl, which I don't. That
Man.
still might not make it, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's rated R. That one was rated R.
The one from episode 46 was pushing it. Then there's the Dick Grayson joke I had in an episode.
Yeah.
There's
That's classic.
plenty of interruptions during the video, which is I still have the blooper from the first one where Diane came out and interrupted me and Kevin. So that one I know is going to be in there because it's the very first episode, and every episode then was themed. Like the first one was the 50th anniversary of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then we did some Star Wars ones. We did a Claus one. We did a James Bond one. So it was fun doing that. But after a while, you're like, I've kind of run out of things to base each episode on.
Right. Well, I think we might pick that back up though, because you have Jesse's a writer, I'm a writer, you're a writer. So between the 3 of us,
We can come up with something.
come up with something. 25% off on all your comics if you here in the store if you sign up for 5 or more titles. Can't beat that deal. 10%
off.
10%, and they look that stuff up, man. You can't just say, hey, I'm a subscriber. They
Yeah.
know.
They know.
So,
They got the.
but if you're watching this video, you're probably Brian Putman, maybe Steve, Russ watches it. So
Yeah.
you guys already know the spiel anyway.
Yeah, we've been
so.
saying it for almost a year now. But I was over at Money Tree Wednesday helping Bethany get everything lined out as far as the comics being in order. And so it's not like, oh, what is all this mess? It's actually now you can go through it and it's
Oh
all
yeah,
in
it is.
order.
It's all. It is. It's a lot easier
Just
for
one
me
person trying to keep up with all that's a lot.
Bethany
she
has
does a
her
great
hands
job.
full.
Great
and
job, Bethany.
She's amazing. I love
But
her.
there's a lot of cool stuff over there. You know, I didn't really get a chance to because I'm so busy over here, and I'm finally getting over there to do stuff. There's so much good stuff over there. So check out it. Check out the comics and the graphic novels.
Check out the girls.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls work over there.
Yeah, all the girls work over there.
There's another Rob. He looks
Yeah, he doesn't look a thing like me.
elves.
But anyway, speaking of Robs, that's my name,
This is Aaron.
I'm Fanboy Russ.
and we'll see you
guys
next week.